Welcome back to the port. I'm the Galloper Major, and this is a Tier 3-4 game of domination on Haven. Now I'm in the Tier 3 British light cruiser Danae, and it's finally been announced that the British cruiser tree will be now completed. They will be coming in the next update, which will be on the 3rd of February. At the same time that there will be some inspired commanders and camouflages from the anime series Azura Lane. Now, from the silhouettes provided, we know we're going to be getting HMS Emerald at Tier 4, HMS Leander at Tier 5, HMS Fiji at Tier 6, and HMS Edinburgh at Tier 7. And what can we be expecting from these light cruisers? Well, for survivability, they're going to be light cruisers, lightly armoured, not many health points. They're not going to be swimming in HP. From artillery-wise, well, we know that all of them are going to come with the 6-inch British caliber guns, firing semi-armour piercing shells. Now the semi-armour piercing shells has a... well, that's friendly. Panicked with them. Yeah, the semi-armour piercing shells have a shorter fuse and a larger bursting charge. This means, as example, they're quite good at shooting cruisers and destroyers alike. Now this does mean that when it comes to battleships, you're going to be having to aim to shoot more of the superstructure rather than the trying to get some citadels, but that seems to be true of most cruisers. It just means you definitely won't be getting the odd sneaky citadel in. I guess the best way to show this would be here on this Switchy. Oh, he's just disappeared. Well, no, the ACAS is going to try and smoke. Anyway, so yes, it's a British semi-armour piercing, I call it. Now, because it's only armour piercing shells, the British shells will have very good auto bounce angles, which means that from the broadside they won't auto bounce until plus or minus 60 degrees. From there upwards, and the chances of auto bouncing increases. This means that the shells are more effective than, say, the Japanese AP or German AP when it comes to auto bouncing, because they start at plus or minus 45 degrees from the broadside. By plus or minus, broadside I'd say that's 0, that's about 45, and we're talking about 60, which should be like this. So if a cruiser is angled against you, you've got a better chance of actually getting a shell through. New York has got eyes for me, so I might just break off this combat. Now, they will come with torpedoes, as per the destroyers and the existing cruisers in the tree. They will have wide tube launch and narrow or single tube launch. This basically means that you'll be able to make your own torpedo spreads. You'll be able to get torpedoes through gaps, which most other ships won't be able to do. You'll be able to focus fire your torpedoes, a very useful skill at taking out battleships in one punch if they same speed ahead. AA defense, it's not a massive thing in this game at the moment due to there being no carriers in the game. However, it doesn't mean it is completely useless, because we still have spotter planes in the game. Ooh, took a big hit there. And spotter planes do need to be shot down. They can be a bit of a pain. Now, I'm not expecting much out of the Leander and the Emerald, but I think the Edinburgh and the Fiji will have a semi-decent AA rating. Now, manoeuvrability. This is going to be one of the key abilities of the British cruisers. They're going to be fast and they're going to retain a lot of speed in the turn. Here you can see on the Danae, I'm doing a hard to port turn and maintaining 29 knots. My top speed is 31 knots, so that's quite a considerable amount of speed retained. Another ability they're going to have is some very quick accelerations. So that means you'll be able to accelerate and decelerate very quickly. I guess the best way to, well, I'll save it for later in the video. I'll point it out if I come across it. Now the last but not least, concealment. Supposedly the concealment of the British cruisers should be quite effective. The reason being is because they're light cruisers, they're going to want to get in close. Some people refer to British cruisers being ambush cruisers, get in close and then punch hard. So very similar to what I might be doing to this caster here, sneaking in and then wallop. And also we can get some of these single launch torpedoes off. We can show them off too, see if they do anything. You never know. So yeah, so the AP is going to be quite effective against destroyers. Let's get my sonar on. Let's get one more volley out here. Hopefully that should deal with him. Nice. Fix that off. Yeah, so what abilities will the British cruisers come with? Well, like the Danae, they're going to come with sonar and repair party. Now, that's not really changed much as you go up the tiers. The only thing I can think of mentioning is the Edinburgh may come with a better repair party, similar to HMS Nelson, the tier 6 premium battleship. But the tier 4, 5, 6 and 7 cruisers will come with a new ability. This is smokescreen. Now there aren't many cruisers in the current game which have smokescreens. I think we have the Iwaki at tier 3, I want to say, and then I can't recall any others. So this is going to be quite a new ability and a new kind of gameplay that for most people. Now the smokescreen is going to be very quick dispersion, very similar to the British destroyers, only about 7 seconds to lay a smokescreen. However, it's going to have quite a long duration, so it's going to last quite a while. We're expecting a minute, maybe a minute 20. This means that it's not really a defensive smoke. You won't be able to pop a smoke and run away. You're going to be more preemptively smoking, so going, I'm going to come around the edge of this island and I know I want to shoot that battleship, but I don't want to get shot by that battleship. So I'm going to pop a smoke screen as I decelerate around the corner and then shoot him from my smoke screen. Very useful if you still got destroyers and aircraft on your team in order to spot. So what you're kind of expecting from a British cruisers, you want to be kiting away, keeping your distance, making sure you can dodge those shots because your armour is not going to put up with it, and your citadel is just going to be big. Just like the Danae, your citadel is going to be big, so you just don't want to be you're not going to be tanking shots. This is where then the smoke screen comes in. You can then make preemptively, I know, say in this example, I know that Iron Duke over there is spotting that New York. So if I pop a smoke screen right now, I can then shoot from my smoke screen. I don't need to physically see it myself. Now, this does mean that you are relying on your teammates, but then again, this is a teamwork game, and as a cruiser, you're a support ship. You help other ships by using your superior concealment to pick up battleships, using your sonar to pick up torpedoes, and hunting destroyers. So here we can just show we're just shooting that. So we might even be able to nab this. Nope, someone else got it. Oh, fair enough. Well, that was just a very quick, basically follow up on the announcement for Wargaming, and then just a quick game in the Danae. Mid-table, but not very bad for our team. We've done quite well there. Mostly blabbering on there, really, aren't we? Anyway, this is the Gavin Major. Thank you for watching Back to the Pool, and keep shipping.